Hi, it's Sarah. Today I have a little bit different type of video. Since it's Halloween season and some of you have asked me about ghosts and spirits in the past, I thought we would talk a little bit about that. And actually, I'm going to share just a really small, kind of freaky story, and maybe you can tell me what you think it is. People have always asked me what I thought about ghosts and spirits in general. And when I do house clearings, a lot of times people will tell me about, some things that have happened to them or things they've seen in their home, which may be why they're asking me to come clear it, right? So this is something really small that happened to me, and you tell me what you think, okay? Probably in about 2004. I had rented a small space in South Texas, downtown in the middle of a small town, what some folks would say village size, okay? And I rented an office space, which included a little small lobby, place for a receptionist, an office in the back, and a restroom, and then a large treatment room, right? So we had merchandise in the waiting room, and we also had merchandise sometimes outside on the sidewalk. At that time, a fellow Reiki master was crafting these really beautiful pieces of driftwood where she was attaching crystals to them and sometimes air plants, and they were just really beautiful pieces. Some of them were small enough to go on your table, and some of them were large. And we were selling them at the clinic. The larger pieces were outside on the sidewalk. And it was just a normal day. I had been working, and I was working late. At 5 o'clock, the receptionist left, so it was just me. My last client was at 6. They left about 7:15 or so. So at this point, I closed the shop down, right? And in doing so, I had to go outside and pick up the pieces that were on the sidewalk, the big driftwood pieces. And it was already dark at this time because it must have been in winter, and I really wish I had some pictures, but sorry, I can't find any. But anyway, so I was outside picking up these large pieces of driftwood, and I'd already brought in one. We just kind of set them in the lobby area. You couldn't really walk through anymore after that, or you could, but it wasn't really easy. So the first person in the morning would just unlock the door and then take them out and put them on the sidewalk. So you get the general gist of this, right? So I was about 4 steps away from the door with my back turned outside on the sidewalk retrieving these bigger pieces. The door was glass that opened into the shop. Picked a big one up, turned around, and stepped through the door, walked over and stepped through the open door. And when I did, I saw someone and said immediately, "Oh, excuse me," because I was about to knock them over carrying this big piece of driftwood. I was looking down, carrying it to make sure I stepped over the threshold and didn't trip, carrying this piece of wood. And that's when I saw their shoes and their pants leg. And as I was looking, thinking, oh my gosh, those 4 steps when I had walked down the sidewalk, they had come in, and like I say, they were standing there looking at the jewelry and crystal displays that was in the lobby. So I'm standing there holding this large chunk of wood, looking at them, and as I'm staring at them, guess what? They evaporated. Suddenly there was no one there. And it was just nothing. Which was kind of odd. So I called out to see if they had run away, which of course I didn't see that, but sometimes your eyes play tricks on you. And there was no one in the office. There was no one in the washroom or the loo. There was no one in the treatment office, just me. And there was, no one outside either. What was it? What did I see? Was it a trick of the eye? Not likely. I mean, it'd been a full day and I'd been working, but that part of the office is very well lit. So, yeah. So what do you think? I personally think it wasn't a spirit. I don't think a ghost was haunting the crystals. I think it was probably an astral projection, and probably an unconscious one. Someone was probably very much focused on those pieces, maybe thinking about, the crystals that maybe they had been in the office and looked at them, and no, it wasn't anyone I recognized either. But maybe didn't have a chance to buy them, or, they were in a hurry or something. I think that they consciously or unconsciously projected to have a better look at the stones. So anyway, that's my theory. But what do you think? Has something like this happened to you? Have you seen someone and watch them disappear in front of your eyes, or is this something that just happens to me? And I know it's not, because I've talked to other Reiki teachers too, and they've had this kind of experience. And yeah, so tell me what you think, and let me know if you want more of this type of videos, because believe me, I've got tons of stories. But regardless, stay tuned for the next astrology video. Reiki blessings. Bye bye.